on a new film. Does anybody want to go? Yeah, go on then, off you go. Run for it. There we go. First, we've got two meetings. The first one is extremely short. Remember the vestry meeting of years ago? It's now been renamed the parishioners meeting. There you go. This is to elect our two churchwardens. I promised you it'd be quick. I have two nominations. Funny enough, one for Pat and one for Peter. Are there any other nominations? No? In that case, I declare that they are now churchwardens for the following year. Congratulations to them. And I now close the parishioners meeting. There we go. I now open the annual parochial church meeting. Told you it's quick. Now, you've all had the report which was sent out just 2 weeks ago, and there were some on the back there if you needed them. I asked for any questions before and have received none. So I presume that you are wonderfully over the moon with it. Can I just say, as I mentioned the other week, thank you very much to George, who literally, I know, pours sweat, but hopefully not blood into it. Certainly sweats and takes it very, very seriously and produces an extraordinary report. As I mentioned, it's very odd having to report on 2019 at such a late stage. I suppose we should have been more efficient, should we, George, and have written this all down back in March, but hey-ho, things have got in the way. So I do thank everyone on there. I'm not going to read through it. So as Caesar said, what I've written, I've written. Or Pilate said, what I've written, I've written. So there we are. But many thanks to everyone, especially to George. The accounts are very good in the way they are presented. So I have no questions for that. You don't need to accept these. They were accepted by the PCC on our first ever Zoom meeting on Wednesday night. I think that was the beginning of the end of my computer. I vanished for a while. It was accepted by the PCC, and really this is for me to wave at you and say, are you delighted with it? Yes? Yep, for the camera and for Mary's recording these things at home. Yes, everyone's nodding, even though we don't need to correct them. But thank you very much. George, next year, or next April, we'll let you talk more. There you go. Wonderful, they had to preach about giving back to Caesar. What was Caesar's today? Couldn't believe that, really, could you? That couldn't have been any better. I have no questions for George on the accounts. No, I don't, he says, looking at one or two usual faces. So thank you very much. But I do have one question to follow up to nominations of our independent examiner for next year. Last year, we had Mr. Tony Braddon, as you can see from the front of the accounts that you had. Do I have a nomination again for the next examiner for next year? He says, looking over, Robert has just done it, I reckon. Yes, he has. Well done, Robert. Robert has just nominated Tony Braddon, and we will approach him. Well done, Robert. Power. We will approach him for next year. Are you all happy for George to approach Tony Braddon for next year? Who's Tony Braddon? Haircuts. There you go. There you go. Get your hair cut and talk about the parish finances whilst you're at it. So, thank you very much. We then move on to the election of members of the Parish Church Council. This is an odd time because we will be expecting to have our next APCM by April. So it's only just a few months away. And there are a couple of vacancies of people moving over. And I'll be honest, I don't know who it is because, guess what, it's on my computer. I'll hopefully know later. But we did, at the PCC the other night, pass a motion asking that the annual parochial meeting just moves all the elections of replacement members of the PCC on to next year. We passed that, and we're happy with that. Are you content for us to do that? Yes, there's general nodding in the room. I better ask you, is there anybody not content? That was easier. There we go. Thank you very much. We will move on to next year for that one. We do have one more election to take place. The deanery representatives. This is a year of great power because the next year they'll be able to stand, should they wish, for General Synod. Whoa! And really affect the way the church in this land is going on. Currently, I have 2 nominations, and that's for those that are both current members of the Deanery Synod. As Catherine and Peter. I have no other nominations. Are there any? In that case, I declare that they are now our new Deanery representatives for the next 3 years, I think it is, isn't it? Or is it 4? Yeah, 3 years. Well done to them. Go forth and represent us and take on the powerful. Thank you very much for those 2. And lastly, I have the electoral roll report. We are now on 46, he says looking for the nod, 46 people on the electoral roll who are currently, as of this moment, accepted and honoured. 50, we have 50. It's like an auction now. Any more? Yes, we did. I'm reading you sent me another one here. We have 50 confirmed people on our electoral roll, which I have to say has gone up quite substantially on our electoral roll for this year. You'll be pleased to know that Liz and I will not be publishing your names and addresses on the board, or even your names. They will be kept under data protection protocols. But we have an electoral roll of 50. So there we are. And that's you at home as well. We know some of you are sitting in your living rooms. You don't have to put your hand up every time I ask for a vote. And that is it. That is the end of the annual parochial church meeting, talking about 2019. I'm trying very hard to not mention 2020. I can't help it. Only to say that, as I've said, to those of you that are in the background trying to get these things ready for today, I do appreciate it, what you've been up to. Very strange situations, and I do believe that we are in a fairly settled way at the moment, which I have to say brings great confidence indeed of where we are at the moment. And I will stop at that point, otherwise I should be here and it will be a whole different ball game. A whole different ball game. Okay, that will be it. So on that joyful note, I shall ask Catherine to play something lovely and uplifting, and I'll send you all home. Thank you very much, folks. God bless you on your way. I'll come to the back and let you out in the usual manner.